Welcome to Malaysia. Upon touchdown in KL International Airport, the first order of business, food. Honestly, I was so hungry that I totally forgotten to capture the food before we ate them up. After some nice food and 2 hours of driving later, we arrived in Ipoh. This is Ipoh, by the way, not Paris, although it gives off some Paris vibe. We check out the famous Ipoh art mural trails and the not so hidden back alley. Some nice artwork, graffiti, and pretty interesting painting. We head over to the market lane to check out their cultural street, their push cart, and some pretty interesting and unique wall decor. And did I mention that we play with hopscotch? And we did avoid getting eaten by monsters. Just next to it, we went over to the concubine lane. Yes, you heard that right. Anyway, we check out the pretty interesting ice kacang ball. But my mom seems to hate it. After that, we head straight to dinner, which I totally forgotten to capture too. Some nice walk at the nearby hotel with their nice street. Then we retire for the night. Early next morning, before we check out the hotel, we went around the neighborhood to see what we have missed the night before. The Hong Kong dim sum place, which was not recommended. The one that is recommended. And some dessert, anyone? And a fancy looking tea house. With that, off we go. Goodbye Ipoh, you have been nice. Next stop, Betong, Thailand, which I might have fallen into deep sleep. Woke up at a pit stop for a pee and the local attraction, kitty cats. Went back to sleep and might have had a dream of being #1 bestseller at Amazon. Well, it's my dream. First order of business when we reach Thailand, some substance. Some tasty chicken, pork, big fish, kidney beans, and off we go to our next attraction. First stop, the Wat We gong a bell for good luck! And we went in to pay respect to my teacher, the enlightened one. From different angle, and one more angle. And we got more bells! Check out temple number 2. And watch some more interesting ceremony! Pay our respect and check out the unique interior architecture. Next stop, the largest outdoor bronze statue of Buddha in Thailand. Before we ascend to a small hill at the Betong City Museum for a great view of the area. Check out some nice, unique statue and great photos around the area before we proceed to the museum. But I alone ascend the 4-story building for a great view of the area. Before we check into the hotel, we check out the largest post box in Thailand, and the tunnel, which is also an attraction. Back at the hotel, there was a storm brewing. With some magic, I compressed a 2-hour storm into 25 seconds. The sunshine. Dinner time! We had a wonderful, sumptuous 9 courses dinner. Yum! After dinner, we took a short walk at a nearby night market, and we found some weird looking eggs and some weird looking meats. And how about their famous lok lok? Swing by to say hello to the sparrows and check out their home at the Betong city centre clock tower before retiring for the night. By the next morning, I woke up to such view. Went to the nearby wet market, say hi to Mr. Cool, and to buy some fruits that we can totally consume in Thailand. Catch some greens, some brown, and my mum bargaining for some dry noodles. After which, we took a trip to a nearby hill and took a ride on their upgraded tuk-tuk and went on a dusty ride up the hill. Until we reached the winter garden in the middle of spring. Took some nice ASMR video and got really tempted to jump into the water. Left everyone behind and went straight to their small man-made waterfall. Oh, did I mention I just love landscape shots? Took one last video before we exit the winter garden. Once again, in the middle of spring. Immediately after, we went to nearby village to check out the pyramid tunnel. Took a short walk through the dense forest. Whoa! Check out the tall tree and the big mushroom. Took some more ASMR video before we reached the tunnel. No, not this. Yes, this. Summon the power of the flash to reach the exit in 15 seconds. Walk another 100 meters. Before we reach the awesome 1,000-year-old tree. Took one last look at the Betong hot spring lake before returning to our hotel for some rest and some exciting dinner. Dinner was special because on this day we celebrated the International Women's Day. Everyone was hyped, excited, and maybe a bit high. And we got our cute elderly guys to entertain the ladies. They say hype train. This is what I call a hype train. Early next morning, we prepare for the highlight of the entire tour. Like really early, 3:30 early. Brave scene, they look as if we are crossing over the border illegally. Took some tuk-tuk and went on a bumpy ride up to the peak. Before we know it, we are at the Aiyerweng Skywalk. More than enough time to find a good spot to camp with my camera. Climb 6th floor to make it just in time to catch this majestic view. The Sea of Mist at Aiyerweng. I can seriously look at this the whole day. It looks equally as majestic from the side too. Now time for the skywalk. I'm so scared. One final look at the Sea of Mist before we exit this place and check it off my bucket list. Back at the hotel, we prepare to check out to this awesome place called Betong. This won't be the last time that I see this awesome small town called Betong. It took us about 3 hours, and before we know it, we are in Penang. Check ourselves into a hotel with a nice view from my room. Say hello to the resident pigeons. And I found the abandoned bean bear. Hello, Mr. Bean abandoned me here. A mini bean bear. Some quick walk around the area before a long rest for the rest of the day. Early next morning, we went to the nearby wet market, nearly bought more fruits, and took a quick walk in the wet market interior, and we went over to the famous Mr. Uncle Lim Popiah, where we bought a big packet of popiah skin. That same afternoon, we went over to the beach at Penang and took some shots of the sea. Shortly after, we went over to the oldest temple in Penang. Pay our respect. Take a walk around the temple before we exit the oldest temple in Penang. Next stop, we went over to the famous street of Penang, where we found Ed Sheeran performing on the street. saw the famous cousin of Pinocchio performing on the street. Found an eerie statue right in the middle of the famous Penang street. Then we head over to the Clan Bridge near to the seaside, where we took shots of mural right at the side of Kelong. Soon after, we went to the other side of Penang Road, where we found the famous duck egg char kway teow. As we retired for the night, there were some fireworks right out of my window as if to welcome us to Penang. By next morning, I woke up with a slightly heavy heart because this is the final day of my tour. It's time to say goodbye soon and go back home. We check out of the hotel, pack our bags, get onto the bus. We still have 2 more locations to visit. First stop, the biggest temple in Southeast Asia. This temple is so big that we need to ascend to the peak on a tram. In no time at all, we reached the peak and were greeted by the majestic statue of the Goddess of Mercy and 2 big statues of her protector. Took 1 long slow pan on the top of the peak and make our way to the temple to pay our respect. At the same time, not forgetting to take the nice interior architecture of the temple. Pay my respect to the 4-faced Buddha. Took a last look at the scenery and descend the temple as we make our way to the next destination. The last stop is the snake temple, and yes, they are actual snakes. These are poisonous snakes, but with their fang removed, and a big fat yellow python. Pay my respect and head over to a seaside for lunch. Took some shots of a swing listen to the sea wave, and it's time to say goodbye. Welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy capturing all those videos and images. So as you can see, I did my cruising way beforehand. I'm still in Betong, Thailand. Betong, Betong. So depending on how you pronounce it. So right at the hotel room, 19th story. Anyway, before you guys go, I just want to do some shout out, because I enjoy my holiday so much. I thought I'd do some shout out. I had fun making new friends, elderly friends, in fact. So a big shout out to them. They like to say we age like fine wine. This is what I'm talking about. So I am pretty happy to be able to make some pretty fun and enjoyable and maybe even a bit cheeky elderly friends. So and also a big shout out to John Liu Holidays. You see, I did some advertising for you. So some free advertising for you. Even though my channel is not doing well, but I still want to do some shout out. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Until my next holiday, which I'm not sure when is it, or until my next video. So peace. I'll catch you guys.